Guys, I saw a team at NC State that played Clemson pretty close for the first half, and then in the second half, they got whipped in the trenches. They couldn't run the ball. They relied on Devin Leary, and he's a really good player, but he's not a guy that carries the team on his back. So they were done offensively. Can Florida State bring that kind of defensive prowess to this game against NC State? Because again, Clemson was able to do it and really shut them down, went on a 24-3 run in the second half, and it was over.
I think that's also because Clemson's a different animal. I think we need to not compare ourselves to Clemson or put us anywhere in the same conversation as Clemson. I'm not saying that's what you're saying, Mark, but I feel like Clemson's able to do things that we are not at that level right now. Maybe next season, maybe in a couple seasons, yeah, but I think that's a different animal. I guess my argument would be, and I guess my question to James and Logan, mostly as I'm deflecting this so I can get ready to eat for the first time in 24 hours, what scares you or concerns you, I guess, the most about Devin Leary right now?
You go ahead, James.
I mean, the fact that we really don't know truly what he is. I mean, he could. I mean, they could have an explosive. This could be the game that they choose to be explosive, but you only kind of can go based upon what you've seen them compete against Clemson and what you've seen this season. I mean, and it hasn't been anything over the top spectacular. And I guess that's the unknown is what scares me. Really, what scares me more is playing in Raleigh, and knowing that we don't really perform that well there. Even going back to when I played, it's a trashy stadium. It's very. I don't know if it's nice or not. It's just tight. It just is not a place that it ain't dope. It ain't even like the cool stadiums to play at on the road. It's ducked off. There's trees everywhere, if I remember correctly. It gets dark. It looks like it could be in one of those haunted movies. And I just don't like it. I don't like that or Papa John. Well, what is it now? I don't like that or Louisville Stadium. So that's really the only thing that truly scares me. But again, when I look at the numbers, and this is a tough thing. I pick on other people like for using metrics too much, but all I can do is go by the tail of the tape. And the tail of the tape tells us that this North Carolina State team is not that much different than this Florida State team, if not the Florida State team being better in aspects than this NC State team. So, like for example, Jordan Travis is a more accurate passer, 2 less touchdowns, but 2 less interceptions than this guy. Our running back. We have 2 running backs that are better than their starting running back. We've got, their wide receiver, Johnny Wilson, is a little bit better defensively. We do some things that are really, really good. I don't really know. I don't know what this Florida State team is going to do. That's the scariest part, I should say.
Yeah, I think one thing that Florida State can do to take advantage of Leary and sometime get him out of his comfort zone is sending some blitzes on him. It seemed like during Clemson and what they were doing was sending quite a few guys at him. And when that happened, it didn't work so well for him. I think at Florida State, you can use a lot of different guys. Brendan Gant is a guy that comes to mind who I think is, you look at special teams, he's been great, but in certain packages and where he can go affect the quarterback would be nice. If you're bringing Gainer back, and this is where he's good to go 100%, I've been wanting this for a long time. This is what he did. I faced him at Childs. Rushing the quarterback is one of the things that I think he should been doing for years now. You use Gainer in that type of role. Gant, good tackler. You can even throw in Renardo at him. There's just different things that I think Florida State and Florida are going to try. Just going back and watching that Clemson game, it was a lot of blitzes at him, and he just didn't know kind of what to do with that. So if Florida State can do that, I think that's a probably nice way of affecting that quarterback.
Also had 15 and 4 on the field at the same damn time. I don't know what they were doing and why they chose to experiment. This will be my critique of Adam Fuller. But in that first half, for some reason, they were trying to experiment with 15 and then another linebacker. 15 and 4 are your 2 best linebackers. Play them until their tongues are wagging. Then bring somebody else in, give them a quick sip of water. Matter of fact, one, they need to. That was the real secret. When I go on the sideline, the first thing I do is I go and I taste the Powerade. And the Powerade this week was not up to par. It was not the same Powerade formula that they used last week against Boston College. That Powerade against Boston College, I had to have about 5 cups of it. This week, I drank one, and it was just okay. It wasn't a winning Powerade concoction. But they need to play them so hard that they got to go over there and get some of that winning Powerade so that they can get rehydrated. So, but that's just something I did notice. And maybe that has something to do with the linebacker play not being as great also.
Only James Coleman would do the winning Powerade. That's the insight that we need from Big Game James. This is why we have Big Game James on.